Welcome back to MyFaction Reaction. You're here with Nathan once again. We got new leaks. Patch 1.24 dropped for 2K25, and we've been, Witty Witterson on Twitter, and you should make sure you're following Witty, has dropped a bunch of new things that have come to the game. So I'm very excited to talk about that. Before we jump into it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I don't know what this hype thing is, but if you want to throw some hype points my way or whatever that is, sure. I don't know what that does, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So that being said, we're going to throw over to some leaks. Before we get to leaks, I want to just share a video with you that Witty has shared on his Twitter account. So let's throw over there and we'll take a peek at that. So for a long time, we've all been wondering who's under the mask of El Grande Americano. This has been long sought after. There's a lot of really wrong theories out there that I hear very often, even from my own children. That being said, Witty Witterson has finally figured it out. So let's just take a peek at his unmasking, and it's who I thought it was all the time. And this proves my theory correct. So I'll just play the video here. But as you can see, you remove the mask, and it's Omos. Of course it was Omos. It was Omos all along. What a surprise. All right, now let's actually dive into some of the leaked information that Witty has gotten for us today. So let's start off with a few easy pieces here to go through. So within the files, and I believe we had already known about AJ Styles, but AJ Styles, so Witty has found AJ Styles 2000, Cody Rhodes 22, and Trish Stratus 03. So let's take a peek at those. We'll start off with AJ Styles. And that has not made itself big. But AJ Styles has been added to the game, so you can see his render here. He's an overall 90 character. There's his actual render from the game, looking great. It's TNA AJ Styles, but it's WCW AJ Styles, because if you don't remember, AJ Styles was in the dying days of WCW as part of the Cruiserweight Tag Team division. So, and not only are we getting AJ Styles in a retro version of him, we're also getting his old theme music, Get Ready to Fly. He likely owns that, so it was an easy fit to get into the game itself. Next up, we got Trish Stratus. And Trish 03, so she's looking much like she did when she first came to the WWE. This is the Trish I remember from when I was a kid. So here's the render of Trish from 03. So very good render. Excited to see her in the ring. Finally. Oh, sorry, before we jump on to the next one. And it looks like she's got an alternate version of her Time to Rock and Roll, probably without the intro, is what everybody's surmising at this point. Then we've got Cody Rhodes 22, so it's an overall 90. This should be a 99. This is the torn pec Cody that happened after, right before he fought in the Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins and went through that incredible match before he had to take some time off to heal his torn pec. Amazing. So we've got that in the game. We've had this reference before in the game with torn pec elite figure Cody. So the elite Cody Rhodes with the torn pec has been in the game, but I don't think we've had a render with him having the torn pec. The guy was a superhero when he went through that match. So very, very exciting to see all three of these being added to the game. Next up, we got a few more notes here. So he's found upcoming Persona cards for Elite LA Knight, Elite Liv Morgan, and Elite Invisible Cena. So these all may not make the game. He's got a disclaimer there, but likely we will see these. We do have a Toy Titans pack coming down the pipeline near the end of September, I think it's coming. So these all make sense to have Persona cards in the game relating to those. Very excited about an Elite Invisible Cena. That could be really fun to play with. So very, very excited there. Next up, we got new strings have been added in as well. So there's a Luchador Roman Reigns, a Supernatural Roman Reigns, a Hero Roman Reigns, and an Arcade Roman Reigns. So it looks like we'll be getting 4 new versions of Roman Reigns. These are obviously tied to the island, as all 4 of those tied to a hub on the island, whether it's Rey Mysterio's Temple of the Ancients, Undertaker's Coliseum, Hero HQ, or we've got the Arcade of Tomorrow with Roman Reigns there, Arcade Roman Reigns. So looks like we'll have some new versions of Roman Reigns coming through. And actually, I think as much as we've got enough Roman Reigns cards and personas in the game, these could be really fun depending upon what they choose to do with it. And my guess is this is how they're going to close Chapter 5 out. So, yeah, okay. So let's move on now. Okay, so now Witty's managed to identify all 4 superstars in the Farewell Tour Edition pack that's coming up. We still don't have actually any definitive data on this, but it looks like this is coming. So we're getting an R-Truth Ron Cena. I know when Ron Cena came out, I think it was Saturday at main event when he fought Cena, everybody wanted that persona. So it looks like we are getting it. We're getting a John Cena WrestleMania 41. So with the or the Las Vegas shirt, I was supposed to say LA, Las Vegas shirt. We've got a John Cena 03, so more likely that could be Thugonomics Cena, or it could be debut Cena. I'm not quite sure. And then Brock Lesnar could be being added back into the game with that too. Really exciting stuff. A lot of things people have been looking for here. If I thought one thing was missing, I would have loved to have the Thugonomics CM Punk that he came out for that one night. I think that would be a really fun addition to the game. All right, next up, we got a few card packs to go through here. So we've got the Monsters and Mayhem pack. So this is coming up. I thought the Hellfire pack would be tied for Halloween, or coming around Halloween. This probably makes a little bit more sense. Maybe they're both coming for October, and we're just going to have a more spooky / Hellfire theme with Monsters Mayhem and Hellfire both coming out. So we got a few renders of the packagings here. They tend to get spookier as you go up here. So leading up all the way to the 20 pack here. So very, very cool stuff. And as a reminder, we have eras coming this week. Witty has confirmed that it looks to be eras packs which are coming in. And it's going to be massive from everything we've heard right now. So he says there's 6 collector sets. So there's going to be a lot of cards. Eras last year when they came out in 2K24 was massive. I think there were 4 or 5 Persona cards per character that was featured within the Eras set. So there could be a lot of cards to get here. I hope the odds are good on these. Last year, the Eras odds were not that great overall. So hopefully they make them a little bit better for pulling. But just to go through, I really like that logo, actually. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff with Eras there. And then we'll jump right into some renders that were found for the island. So we've got some Goldberg renders that have been found that will be used on the island. So it looks like Goldberg will likely have a little section on the island, probably similar to what they did with Bray Wyatt. Not quite a chapter, but a little mini adventure that you can tackle on at any point. So we'll have some Goldberg stuff in there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Nikki Bella featured within these as well. Could very much be that we see a Nikki Bella appearance within this set as well, because for whatever reason, her and Goldberg's names have been intertwined throughout this 2K25 news cycle whenever stuff is going on. Finally, and I just wanted to bring this up. So Witty made this post in our Discord. So this is a good time to just make sure I mention the Discord. If you haven't joined it, you might want to. And I'll have a link in the description so that you can jump in there. But we got a little section for Witty leaks here. And Witty just posted some of the upcoming live event rewards that are going to be coming to the game. So we've got a live event reward, Drew McIntyre, a Gunther, a Randy Orton 09, which I think could be likely tied to Eras. And that's a card, Persona card, which people missed the first time. So I know people are going to want to try and get that this time so they can unlock him. We got Roman Reigns 22. We've got Julia. We've got Booker T 01. AJ Styles 2000, we already looked at him in the renders, so it looks like he's going to be a live event reward. We've got Mark Henry Pink Diamond and a Mark Henry Galaxy Opal card. So this is the first time we've seen a Galaxy Opal card popping up as an event reward. Currently, the only one that's available in the game is for the collector level Roman Reigns for maxing out your collector levels at this current point, and a Triple H. So, and as you can see at the bottom, he did make reference to the next card pack being Eras, and a huge amount of cards because there's 6 set rewards in there. And that could line up because it looks like we have a bunch of boss battles that are going to be happening too. But, so yeah, if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you do. Link will be in the description. You don't want to miss out on that. We have a great community that's growing, and we'd really like you to be part of it. That being said, that's all the leaks for today with the new patch 1.24 patch release. Let me know what you're most excited about. Me personally, I can't wait to get that AJ Styles 2000. I've been following AJ's career since, I guess technically the WCW Cruiserweight division when he was in the tag team. I believe it was Air Paris. No, Air Paris was his team name. But I've enjoyed him, and then he went right to TNA and became the standout in TNA wrestling for years until he went to New Japan, and then in 2016 finally debuted within the Royal Rumble, botched camera angle and everything, and it's likely that he'll be wrapping up next year, but one of my favorite superstars ever. I'm excited to have an early version of him, especially with the old theme music. Kind of crazy that we're getting that. Anyways, guys, let me know what your favorite piece of this of these leaks are and what you're most looking forward to. And yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me out a ton, helps the channel grow. We're getting closer and closer to 2,000 subs, which is kind of amazing that we're even talking about that at this point. So, oh, and before I forget, before we move on, I just want to thank Kenny Baum and Just Brian for inviting me. Some of you guys may know that I was on a panel a few days ago, depending upon when you watch this. It was last week on Thursday. Just talking about the state of WWE 2K25 on with 6 really cool creators and influencers within the 2K community. And I can't believe that they invited me to that. And I'm so excited. And I just want to say how thankful I am for the invite. And I can't wait to work more with those guys in the future. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Have a great day. We'll talk later. Bye.